Hey everyone, my name is Apoorva. I'm from India and I'm a second year master's student in development studies. I also had the privilege to be the president of the student initiative on Asia, or SIA as you all will know it, for the whole of last year. I'd like to thank three of my friends for nominating me for this award and putting me at a really awkward position to be talking about myself. At the outset, I think it's important to mention that none of what I'm going to be speaking about would be possible without a whole team who have been the backbone of every initiative idea that I have come up with. I don't want to take up a lot of time either to be talking about the work that I did as the president of SIA, which a simple scroll on our Instagram page or the past GSA newsletters won't tell you. But what I do want to talk about is the one initiative I had the absolute honor to be a part of as the president last year, which some of you would know about. It's the COVID fundraiser that we organized last year to raise funds for India when India was going through the second wave crisis. It was a really difficult time for most of us. Staying away from home isn't easy, and it's 10 times more difficult at a time when you're scared to even receive a call from your family, and all that's running in your head is who now, who next. It was, I think, as a community, most of us were at our lowest at that point, and we just didn't know what to do. There was a feeling of collective helplessness. I'd come back from classes and I would sit with my friends from India, and on some days we'd just cry. We'd cry at the state of our country and just collectively how helpless we were all feeling. I think that's when just one day I was sitting in my room and I remember seeing a BBC video of the state of crematoriums in New Delhi, and I thought that that's got to be something that we can do, and that's how the idea of the fundraiser came up. Of course, like, the purpose of this was not just to raise money. Of course, we did want to raise money so we could send funds, but the main purpose in my head was to involve as many people as I could, to make them realize that we're all a part of this and we're doing something that's going to help us keep going through this difficult time. My idea was to have a garage sale and a week-long food sale. As Indians, I think food is the one thing that most of us hold very close to our heart, and it binds us together as a community. I also got lucky because most of my friends in the community are some of the best cooks I've ever come across. And I approached my friends, who then approached their peers, and we drew up a week-long menu and we started collecting things for the garage sale. PCR smelled of delicious Indian food for a whole week, thanks to them. Of course, I planned it and I helped with the organizing, but none of this would be possible without the 15 to 20 people who were behind this initiative this whole time. We raised over 4,000 francs, which is around 3 lakhs in Indian rupees, which is a lot of money, which we then transferred to some ground level NGOs who were working in remote areas in India. Some were transferred for organizations that were working on giving free oxygen cylinders, some for community kitchens, some for organizations which were funding the treatment of sex workers who were affected by COVID. It's been an absolute privilege to be a part of this, and I feel so grateful to be a part of such a supportive community. Thank you to all of you who came forward, whether as an organizer or as someone who helped us. You might have just bought a meal or a small piece of brownie, but you have no clue what an impact you left on each one of us. The COVID fundraiser has been a beacon of hope in these 2 years of my academic journey at the Institute. It might not have been transformative or life-changing, and it probably just was a tiny drop in the ocean in the huge crisis that India was going through at that time. But the fact that you came up, you showed up, and you got something just showed us that you cared. And honestly, that was enough for most of us to leave a huge impact. And the fundraiser is an experience that I'm going to carry with me no matter where I go. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for it. Thank you to the whole SIA community and board members. And I hope that this could serve as a precedent for whoever feels alienated in this space, to know that someone out there cares. You probably don't know it, but they really care, and that you're always going to be a part of a community, even when you're at your lowest. Thank you so much for this nomination, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.